It's hard to believe that it's already October, especially considering the sunny 70-degree weather. But I'm not complaining. Happy Fall Raiders, I'm Matthew Solomon, and this is our 51st episode of Rayder Stories. As we're still getting comfortable with this school year, many of us are now living off of a new virtual classroom. Schoology is on its way out. In fact, there are barely any classes that still use Schoology. But by next year, it will officially be gone, and all classes will be transferred over to Google Classroom. I personally love the cleanliness of Google Classroom, but there are some aspects of it that may not be as enjoyable. Let's get some opinions from students and staff about this transition.
One of the things I do like about it, as I'm kind of getting into it now, we're about a month in, is how quick and easy some of the stuff is, like posting agendas and posting like quick content.
I really like that Google Classroom talks better. It communicates easier with PowerSchool. We had a lot of issues with Schoology not transferring grades over, so it is nice that everything transfers over.
I also like the fact that most like outside websites, so like things like Quizzes or Kahoot or other like teacher resource websites, link with Google Classroom really easy. So instead of having to like copy a link, paste it into Schoology, hope that it opens, hope that it works. There's a lot more like Google Classroom integrations.
It has features that Schoology did not have, so you can schedule the posting of assignments. So I would often forget to post my lecture presentations for students because I would have to manually do that in Schoology, and now with Google you can schedule it, so I don't forget that.
So the biggest or most complicated change for me would just be the fact that I've used Schoology now for like 14 years, so I just have like a ton of stuff in Schoology that I kind of now have to migrate over to Google Classroom.
At first, I absolutely hated it because I didn't know how to work it, but as I'm getting more and more familiar with it, it's getting easier to use.
Anybody that's had me before knows that I do a lot of my tests on Schoology, and there isn't really an equivalent to that on Google Classroom. Again, it's nothing that's like hard, it's just time consuming. Things I miss about Schoology. Definitely the testing feature, which I mentioned earlier, the ability to like have data at my fingertips on how the test did, what questions were good, what questions maybe students struggled with.
You could kind of build an entire course ahead of time. So from the teacher standpoint, Schoology was easier to put everything into. And then from year to year, it was easier to transfer from one year to the next year. With Google, you have to kind of rebuild it every single year. So there's a lot less carryover and a lot more work from the teacher standpoint, at least from what I understand so far.
The other thing I just miss about Schoology, honestly, is just the familiarity. Like I said, I've used it for so long. I used it my entire teaching career, and so it's the old dog in me, but like having to learn something new sometimes is just frustrating. And I am just having to overcome that.
I think that I was very resistant to the change at first, but as I am learning more about the new platform, I don't hate it as much. I think what's especially challenging is I still have one class in Schoology and I have two other classes in Google Classroom. So just remembering to check both systems, remembering to keep both of them up to date. I think this year is especially difficult because everybody is still living in both spaces. And once we have just one, I'm hoping it'll be a little bit more seamless.
I will be completely honest. I was very frustrated and upset when we first announced it and when we were kind of told that this change was happening. And I threw a hissy fit, for lack of a better term. I think now, like I said, I've realized it doesn't matter. There's nothing I can do about it. There's no point in whining and complaining and being miserable because it's not going to help anything or anybody. And so I've just been trying to work at it, learn, talk to people that have already used it, look up resources, try to find ways to get through it and get proficient so that the things that do frustrate me about it or the things that have been frustrating me about it go away, right? And so hopefully that by the time we're at the end of the year, it's good, I'm used to it, we're all used to it, and we can all move forward together. So kind of using it as a readjustment for myself, but also just kind of to remember too, like I had this thought the other day, like I am super frustrated trying to do something new. And it just kind of makes me remember, like, this is how kids feel all the time when they're asked to do something new or different. And that frustration and realizing, like, you just have to deal with it and overcome and make your way through it. So yeah, I was very, very negative at first, but I feel fine about it now, and I've been just working to get used to it.
Now, we have unfortunately heard from some of our lunch staff that there has been some misbehaving happening during the lunchtime. As a reminder and a review, we have a quick video about proper lunchroom etiquette.
Even though you go to lunch every day, do you really know the rules? No worries, we're here to review them. When you get to lunch, grab a chair and wait patiently at your table to be called up. High schoolers get called up by grade. Middle schoolers get called up by row. When getting in line, don't run. Kindly make your way to the doors and don't cut in line. Please make sure you use hand sanitizer before grabbing anything from the cafeteria. Grab a tray and kindly stand in line at whatever station you intend to get food from. Don't push, you need to wait your turn. There's lots of options in our lunchroom, but make sure you read prices. Some things are not free. The salad bar is put together every day by our kitchen staff. Be respectful and place the utensils back in their spots. Do not mix the items, and please leave enough for others. Moderation is key. Hold your tray close to the bar so you don't drop things onto the floor. Do not put the ranch all over your tray. There are cups for that. Always make sure you scan your finger before leaving. After you're done eating, dump your trash in the bin and bring your tray to the window. One side is for clean trays and the other is for dirty. Read the signs. When lunch is over, kindly make sure to return your chair to one side of the lunchroom. Remember, a healthy meal keeps your energy real. Use the signs in the lunchroom as an example. See you at lunch, Raiders! That was the most cringiest thing I ever did.
Thank you kindly, Allie. We're not even through the first month of this school year, and we already have many new clubs that have formed. Most notably, the Clash Royale Club. To learn more about this Clash craze, we have a little investigation.
Clash Royale, a real-time multiplayer tower defense strategy game where players build decks of cards featuring characters, spells, and defenses from the Clash of Clans universe. Players' goal is to try and destroy the opponent's towers and earn crowns. The game is growing so much that it's attracted the attention of many here at our school. The craze is growing so much that some even decided to start a club, but you'll learn more about that later. Here's some Clash players you may know.
I play Clash Royale because it's a mixture of chess and video games, which are the two favorite things that I love to do. I've got around 6,000 trophies. My favorite card is Evo Mega Knight.
I play Clash Royale for the love of the game, you know. It's an amazing game. I have 8,600 trophies right now, I think. My favorite card is Mini P.E.K.K.A.
Stay informed about the CHS Clash Club on Instagram. Now let's hear from two of the co-founders of Charlevoix Clash Royale Club.
Welcome to the Right Now Show. I'm your host, Matthew Solomon. The same host is over there, just in a different suit. Right now, we have, for our special guests today, two of the four founders of the Clash Royale Club, Mr. Bryce Boss and Maxwell Drent. How are you guys today?
Great, doing good.
All right. So, first of all, can you guys give me a sort of in-depth explanation on what Clash Royale is?
Clash Royale is a 1v1 style game where each opposing player is given 8 cards. So you get to choose 8 cards that they use in their deck, And in the game, your goal is to destroy the enemy's towers. So they have 2 princess towers and a king tower. The game is typically 2.5 minutes. If there's a tie after the 2.5 minutes, there goes into 3 minutes of overtime, I believe. And the goal is whoever takes more towers faster wins.
I see. All right. When you started playing Clash Royale, did you ever see yourself starting a club with it?
I can't say that I did. When I started Clash Royale, it was really just one of my cousins was really into it, and I just wanted to fit in. And now I can say I'm very proud to be a founder of the Clash Royale Club.
Nice. All right. So we know Clash Royale started as a descendant of Clash of Clans, but at least in this group, Clash Royale seemed to take priority. Why do you think it's so much more bigger than Clash of Clans here?
Well, I think that Clash Royale is it's a faster paced game. Clash of Clans is more about building over time. So while Clash of Clans is still big, it's much easier to play Clash Royale in a fast, quick setting, such as in between class periods at school or during lunchtime. It's much faster and it's much more efficient.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I also prefer it because you can hold it like this. With Clash of Clans, you have to hold the phone sideways, and when it's like this, I prefer it a lot more.
It's easier to play, yeah?
That's right.
What is the craziest way that either of you have seen someone level up super quickly?
Spending over $500 on the game.
Evo credit card.
Evo credit card.
I see.
So troops in Clash Royale are called cards. And it is widely considered that the strongest card in the game is the Evo credit card.
Okay.
Yes.
So I would say that is while it's crazy, it's also the most common way that people level up fast.
Lots of money.
Can you explain more what the Evo credit card is?
The Evo credit card is an actual credit card.
Okay.
So the game is very pay to win, and
I
a lot
see.
of people take advantage of that.
Okay. So it's just spending a lot of money
Yes.
to get more upgrades.
Yes,
I see.
that's
Okay.
right.
What are your top or for both of you, what are your top 3 cards in the game and why?
So my top 3 cards are Mini P.E.K.K.A. because it's a card that you get in Arena 1, and it's been one of my favorite cards ever since I started playing. Knight because it's a versatile card that I can use in every single deck, and Firecracker because I think at times it's the most valuable card that you can have, and at other times it's the absolute worst card that can be on the floor, because there's a little joke that I have with one of my friends, and it's the Firecracker holds a little firecracker like this.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll just stand there and do absolutely nothing. And so you'll go, oh, Firecracker reporting live from the arena.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to have to say Hog Rider. It's one of the best win conditions in the game. It's used in so many decks, including the 2.6 Hog cycle. And overall, it's a great win condition. One of my other favorite cards I use in one of my current decks is Inferno Tower. For me, it's a great counter for Mega Knight, and it's a really good card. And for me, my third favorite card, it's got to be Log. I mean, such a cheap spell, only 2 elixir, and it's so versatile. I just love the use I can get out of my Log.
Nice. All right. So in your club, I've heard that you have different clans. You have a varsity clan and a JV clan. That's based on how many trophies you have, correct?
Yes.
How many trophies do you think someone needs in order to be considered good at Clash?
To be considered good at Clash Royale, I would say you'd have to have 10,000 trophies.
I see.
That is the top arena in Clash Royale before you hit ranked play.
Okay.
But for our clan specifically, since we don't have the highest caliber of Clash Royale players at the school, you have to be over 3,500 trophies.
Okay.
Which shows that you've been either playing for a little bit of time or you've paid a good amount of money.
I see.
Yeah.
So your meetings that you have at lunchtime in Mr. Schultz's room, what do you actually do in those? Do you just play Clash Royale during those meetings, or do you actually have things you go over?
Well, so we watch film. That's one of our main things we do in Clash Royale Club. We watch Jinxie, popular streamer. We see how he plays at the highest level of Clash Royale, and we really try to emulate that in our Clash Royale abilities. We also, on our last meeting, we actually did a survey to see what kind of troops and what kind of cards that is and decks people are using at their certain arenas, so we can get feedback and try to help other clashers in the club.
We also like to display some of the matches of the better players in the clan, so that way those who might not be as well can learn from some of the things that they do.
Yes, indeed. What do you have to say to all the people who are starting out Clash Royale?
I'd say stick with it. It's an incredibly toxic and terrible game for a long time, but once you get good at it, it's just so much fun.
Something you can brag about. You can say, like, I have over 10K trophies in Clash Royale. Like, not many people can say that.
Mm-hmm.
You have a higher social status, honestly, if you're better at Clash Royale.
I see. What skills do you hope people take from being in the club? Or what is the overall goal of the club, do you think?
I think one thing that I love about the club is it's almost some sort of an escape inside of the school, because while you may get free time during advisory, some downtime, we have self and everything like that, this is one of those rare circumstances where you can get a group of guys together, form a community, and girls, sorry, get a group together, form a community, and all just work on one common goal that you all enjoy being there for.
Nice. All right, that's all the questions I have. Thank you both for being here. Nice having you. So that's the Clash Royale Club. I hope you learned some things about one of the fastest growing clubs in the school. Back to you, standing up, Matthew. The varsity football team had their second home game against the East Coast Oscoda Owls only a few weeks ago, and it sure was a doozy. Really, any time you look back at the scoreboard, the Raiders had more points on it, and Oscoda couldn't even get off the ground. The game ended with an impressive 49-0 victory. The Raider Marching Band returned that night as well to add a little bit more to their sea-themed halftime show. And to bring a little more excitement to the production, we have a short rehearsal compilation using my favorite camera, the drone.
All right, and
Special thanks to Ryan Glass for manning some of those shots. The football season is nearing its end with only a few games left. Tonight the Raiders will try to continue their 5-game winning streak just down the road in Elk Rapids. And then they'll be back for homecoming next Friday. And with homecoming just around the corner, official lip sync practices have begun. Each grade has been working hard, spending valuable nights in our auditorium, preparing what I can only imagine are impeccably polished performances to show off to the school next week. Tomorrow night, October 4th, will be the traditional kickoff card tournament and karaoke night. $5 at the door from 8 to 10 p.m. to get some easy class points. Then Sunday will be our big homecoming opener, including the Float Frenzy and the Powder Games. On the topic of the floats, remember to spread the word about the changed parade route. The homecoming parade will travel from the bus garage to Kipke Field. Yes, not a very long parade, but still exciting nonetheless. Spirit Days have been announced and presented, so get your outfits ready. And the dance. 8:30 to 10:30 as usual, hosted by the sophomore class, with the doors closing at 9. That brings us to the end of this edition of Rayder Stories. The weather is getting colder and the leaves are starting to change, which means we're getting right into the thick of school. No more introductions or icebreakers or syllabuses. It's time to get some work done. Again, this is your show. Just 3 people can't possibly know every interesting thing that happens in a 2-week period. If you have a story to share, come find one of us or shoot us an email. With that being said, I've been Matthew Solomon, and this has been Rayder Stories. I'll see you in 2 weeks.